A European country has lost 1/3 of its population in just 30 years. Another has millions fewer inhabitants than it did in 1800. A third survives only thanks to immigration. It sounds like the plot of a dystopian film, but it is the demographic reality of today's Europe. In this video, we will rank all European countries, including transcontinental ones, based on their population. But we will not stop at the numbers. We will use demography as a magnifying glass to reveal the true geopolitical strength of each nation, its economic stability, and its hidden vulnerabilities. You will discover which giants stand on fragile foundations and which small states project an influence far greater than their size. And since demography is the very foundation of military power, if you are interested in a complete ranking of European countries based on their military strength, write Army in the comments. Welcome to Amazing Europe, number 51, Vatican City. We begin at the bottom of the ranking with a true paradox. Vatican City, an absolute theocratic monarchy and the only state in the world entirely designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, has just 882 inhabitants. But here, citizenship is not acquired by birth. It is a temporary function for ecclesiastics and for the Swiss Guards, the smallest army on the planet. Its real population strength does not lie in its residents, but in its global influence over more than 1 billion people. One last curiosity. Due to pickpocketing against tourists, this tiny state has the highest per capita crime rate in the world. Number 50, San Marino. We move up one position to the world's oldest republic, San Marino. Founded in 301 AD, this nation of 34,132 inhabitants has survived for centuries thanks to a proud neutrality, which allowed it to shelter 100,000 people during World War II. Its stability is guaranteed by a unique system. 2 heads of state who govern together, but only for 6 months. A fascinating anecdote. In 1861, it offered honorary citizenship to Abraham Lincoln. Today, with an economy based on finance and tourism, it boasts one of the highest life expectancies in the world. Number 49, Principality of Monaco. Next is Monaco, a principality where Monegasque citizens are in fact a minority. Its 38,423 inhabitants live in the most densely populated state on the planet. The reason? A concentration of wealth without equal. It is estimated that 1 in 3 residents is a millionaire. The world's wealthy are drawn by total security and an economy now based on finance and luxury, rather than the famous casino. Ironically, Monegasque citizens themselves are legally forbidden to enter their own gaming halls. Number 48, Liechtenstein. We now move to the Alps, to a principality that is one of only 2 countries in the world that are doubly landlocked, surrounded only by other landlocked nations. Liechtenstein, with its 40,900 inhabitants, boasts one of the highest GDPs per capita on Earth, built on specialized industrial sectors and finance. More than 1/3 of its residents are foreigners, but the statistic that defines its economy is another. Half of its workforce consists of commuters who enter daily from Switzerland and Austria. Another anomaly lies in its political power. The population once voted to increase the prince's authority, a unique event in modern democracies. Number 47, Andorra. Nestled between France and Spain, the co-principality of Andorra has a unique geopolitical structure. Its 2 heads of state are foreigners, the President of France and the Bishop of Urgell. With a population of 88,406 inhabitants, native citizens are again a minority. Its economy, once a pure tax haven and now reformed, depends almost entirely on the 10 million tourists drawn each year by skiing and shopping. Without an army of its own, its defence has been guaranteed for centuries by its powerful neighbours. Number 46, Iceland. Home to the oldest parliament in the world, Iceland is a land of contrasts. Its population of 391,810 inhabitants is so genetically isolated that an app checks family ties before a date. Despite having no army, it is a crucial NATO member thanks to its strategic location in the Atlantic. It turns its volcanic weakness into strength, generating 100% of its energy from renewable sources. This resilience was also proven when it overcame one of the greatest financial collapses in modern history, which had brought its entire economy to its knees. Number 45. Malta. With 574,250 inhabitants, Malta is the most populous microstate in Europe and the most densely populated nation in the EU. Its position in the Mediterranean has made it a geopolitical pivot for centuries, from its resistance against the Ottoman Empire to becoming a British fortress during World War II. Today, its strength lies in niches such as iGaming and the controversial golden passports, which grant citizenship in exchange for large investments. Its courage is immortalised on its flag with the George Cross, the highest British civilian honour, awarded for the nation's heroic resistance during the siege of World War II. Number 44. Montenegro. With 623,327 inhabitants, Montenegro is defined by a deep internal divide. Its population is almost evenly split between those who identify as Montenegrin and those who identify as Serbian. This internal tension makes its strategic turn even bolder. Despite historical ties with Russia, it chose to join NATO. Another peculiarity is its use of the euro without being part of the Eurozone. Today, this nation, proud of its long history of independence, is focusing its economy on luxury tourism along its Adriatic coast. Number 43. Luxembourg. With a population of 681,973 inhabitants, Luxembourg is a nation where nearly half of the residents are non-citizens. Yet its true demographic power reveals itself every morning when over 200,000 commuters cross the borders to work. This army of workers generates the highest GDP per capita in the world, a figure statistically inflated by cross-border commuters who help create wealth but are not counted in the population. A political giant, one of the founding members of the EU, Luxembourg has successfully transformed its economy from steel to finance, and, more recently, to the space industry. Number 42. Cyprus. Politically and culturally European, Cyprus is geographically entirely Asian, resting completely on the Anatolian plate. Its population of 966,400 inhabitants refers only to the south, the Republic of Cyprus. The north, under Turkish occupation, would add almost another 500,000 people, dividing the world's last walled capital, Nicosia. To this division are added 2 fully sovereign British military bases. The economy has recovered from the devastating 2013 crisis, famous for the forced levy on bank accounts, thanks also to golden passports. Today, its future strength is tied to vast natural gas reserves, which, however, reignite tensions with Turkey over maritime control zones. Number 41. Estonia. With 1,369,995 inhabitants, Estonia is the most digitally advanced society in the world, home of Skype and the European leader in unicorn startups per capita. Its position on the Russian border has made it NATO's cyber stronghold, prompting the creation of the ingenious e-residency program to attract global talent. This digital identity allows anyone in the world to open and manage an EU-based company online. A quarter of its population is ethnically Russian, a complex Soviet legacy. This digital pioneer is also one of the least densely populated nations, with 50% of its territory covered by forests. Number 40. Kosovo. With 1,585,566 inhabitants, Kosovo is a nation defined by its disputed status, recognised by many but not enough to join the UN. This geopolitical paradox is mirrored in its demographics. It has the youngest population in Europe, a potential held back by one of the continent's weakest economies. Its economic survival depends on remittances from its vast diaspora, meaning the money sent home by emigrants to support their families. Like Montenegro, it uses the euro without being part of the Eurozone. Its internal stability is constantly undermined by tensions with the Serbian minority. Number 39. North Macedonia. This country had to change its name to join NATO, overcoming Greece's veto, only to find itself blocked on the path to EU membership by a new veto from Bulgaria over issues of language and identity. Its population of 1,826,247 inhabitants is a complex ethnic mosaic, with a strong Albanian minority whose rights are protected by a delicate peace agreement. It suffers from severe brain drain and tried to strengthen its national identity through the controversial Skopje 2014 project, a colossal and extremely costly redesign of the capital, filled with statues and neoclassical buildings, amid accusations of historical revisionism and kitsch taste. It is also the birthplace of Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Number 38. Latvia. Latvia lives through a unique demographic paradox. A large Russian minority exists in a legal limbo as non-citizens, without full voting rights. To this, one of the most severe depopulation crises in Europe is added. Its population of 1,829,400 inhabitants has shrunk by a quarter since 1991. Once known as a Baltic tiger, it suffered the world's deepest GDP collapse in 2008. However, its independence was won not with weapons, but through the Singing Revolution. Its climax came with the Baltic Way, an incredible 600-kilometre human chain linking 2 million people across Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania, a powerful and peaceful protest against Soviet domination. Number 37. Slovenia. Slovenia represents the success story of Yugoslavia's breakup. Its divorce in 1991 was quick and relatively painless, thanks to its ethnic homogeneity. Known as the Switzerland of the Balkans, with 2,130,638 inhabitants, it was the first former Yugoslav nation to join the EU and adopt the euro. Its success, however, has an Achilles heel: a rapidly aging population combined with a low birth rate. This smooth transition was aided by its unique history, as the freedom of movement during Tito's era had already fostered an open mindset toward the West. Number 36. Albania. The most visible legacy of its past isolation is a landscape dotted with 173,000 paranoid bunkers, built to resist invasions from every direction that never came. The fall of the communist regime triggered a mass exodus, and today its population of 2,363,314 inhabitants relies heavily on remittances from a vast diaspora. Its transition was marked by the collapse, in 1997, of huge pyramid schemes, fake investment funds that, promising unreal profits, swallowed the savings of an entire nation and plunged it into anarchy. Albania was once the first officially atheist state in the world and, after total isolation, has now become one of NATO's most loyal members. Number 35. Moldova. Moldova is a nation held hostage by a frozen conflict, Transnistria, a pro-Russian phantom state on its territory, which paralyzes its development. This has helped make it the poorest country in Europe, pushing it into one of the world's most severe depopulation crises. Its population of 2,381,300 inhabitants has fallen by nearly one-third due to mass emigration. Its politics have always balanced between Russia and Europe, but the start of the war in Ukraine gave it a decisive push, leading to its official candidate status for European Union membership. Number 34. Lithuania. Lithuania hosts NATO's most vulnerable point, the Suwałki Corridor, a narrow strip of land between Russia's Kaliningrad exclave and Belarus. This bold nation was the first to declare independence from the USSR. However, it suffers from a serious demographic hemorrhage. Since independence, its population of 2,894,548 inhabitants has fallen by around 20% due to mass emigration. Despite this, it has successfully reinvented itself as a hub for financial technology and a surprising global superpower in precision laser production. Yet this transition has had a dark side, leaving the country with one of the world's highest suicide rates for decades. Number 33. Armenia. Armenia is a transcontinental nation. Culturally and historically, it is European, but it lies entirely within Asia. It lives in near-total geopolitical isolation, with its borders militarized and closed with both Turkey and Azerbaijan. Its recent fate has been marked by the trauma of Nagorno-Karabakh, where the Azerbaijani offensive of 2023 caused the exodus of over 100,000 Armenians. Its population of 3,081,100 now faces the consequences of a sense of betrayal by Russia, its historic protector, which is pushing the country toward a bold rapprochement with the West. In sharp contrast, its hope lies in an unexpected technological boom that has earned it the nickname Silicon Valley of the Caucasus. Number 32. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Born from the Dayton Peace Accords, Bosnia and Herzegovina has perhaps the most complicated system of government on the planet, with a three-member presidency, a Bosniak, a Serb, and a Croat, that rotates every 8 months. This paralysis is such that its sovereignty is effectively limited by a high representative appointed by the international community who has the power to impose laws. The resulting instability has led to one of the most dramatic demographic declines in the world. Its population of 3,422,000 is in free fall due to a continuous brain drain. All this has produced one of the poorest economies in Europe, plagued by corruption, and one of the highest youth unemployment rates in the world. Number 31. Georgia. A transcontinental nation, culturally and historically European, though its territory lies mostly in Asia. Two of its regions, Abkhazia and South Ossetia, are effectively separated from the control of the central Georgian government. After the Russo-Georgian War of 2008, Russia recognized the self-declared independence of these regions and maintains military bases there. Georgian authorities and several international organizations report that Russian forces are gradually advancing the separation lines by literally moving fences in order to occupy more land. The Georgian population, excluding these two regions, stands at 3,704,500 inhabitants. Including them, the total exceeds 4 million. Number 30. Croatia. The modern identity of Croatia was forged during the harsh War of Independence in the 1990s. Today, its economy is a tourism superpower, generating up to a quarter of its GDP. This strength, however, hides a deep weakness. Its population of 3,866,233 is in constant decline due to a severe demographic crisis driven by emigration and aging. Despite these internal challenges, Croatia has made great strides since the end of the conflict. It is the most recent country to join the European Union and, more recently, the exclusive clubs of the Schengen area and the Eurozone. Number 29. Slovakia. Born from the Velvet Divorce, the peaceful and negotiated separation from Czechoslovakia, Slovakia built its economic identity on one immensely powerful industry. It is the world's largest car producer per capita. This hyper-specialization drives a nation of 5,413,813 people, which nevertheless faces one of Europe's most complex social challenges, the integration of its large Romani minority, which continues to struggle with poverty and systemic segregation. Number 28. Ireland. Ireland transformed itself from the sick man of Europe into the Celtic tiger, thanks to an aggressive fiscal policy with extremely low taxes that attracted American tech giants. Today, its 5,458,600 inhabitants enjoy one of the highest GDP per capita levels in the world, although it is a misleading figure. Much of that wealth comes from multinational corporations shifting profits to Ireland for tax purposes, not reflecting the real prosperity of its citizens. Its true strength is one of the youngest populations in Europe. However, it remains a demographic anomaly. Due to the Great Famine and a century of mass emigration, today's population is still far lower than it was in 1840. Number 27. Norway. Norway has turned its oil revenues into the largest sovereign wealth fund in the world, a national pension that makes every citizen virtually a millionaire. This wealth has allowed it to remain outside the European Union, a choice confirmed by 2 referendums to keep control over its resources. Its population of 5,606,944 lives in a unique ecological paradox. It is a global leader in electric vehicles, yet its economy is powered by oil and gas exports. This wealth is managed by a sparsely distributed population across a vast territory, making Norway one of the least densely populated nations in Europe. Number 26. Finland. The start of the war in Ukraine pushed Finland to abandon decades of neutrality and join the Atlantic Alliance, effectively doubling the land border between NATO and Russia. Its strength is not only political, it has one of the largest reserve armies in Europe. Its population of 5,650,325 is ranked as the happiest in the world, mainly due to its strong trust in institutions and low corruption. This gaming pioneer, which managed to reinvent itself after Nokia's collapse, is also the nation with the lowest population density in the European Union. Number 25. Denmark. Denmark is a hidden Arctic power. Its kingdom includes Greenland, the world's largest island, giving it enormous strategic importance. Its population of 6,004,342 refers only to continental Denmark, excluding the autonomous populations of Greenland and the Faroe Islands. A member of the EU, it nevertheless keeps one foot outside, maintaining opt-outs on key issues such as the euro and defence. It is a pioneer in wind energy and an agricultural paradox. As one of the largest pork exporters in the world, it has more than twice as many pigs as people. All this under the rule of the oldest monarchy in Europe, with over 1,000 years of uninterrupted history. Number 24. Bulgaria. Bulgaria is one of the fastest disappearing nations on Earth, a crisis fueled by mass emigration and deep corruption, which makes it the most corrupt member state of the European Union. Its population of 6,437,360 reflects a paradox. Although it is the poorest country in the Union, it has a surprisingly competitive IT and outsourcing sector. This nation, home to a significant Turkish minority, lives in a constant geopolitical tug-of-war between its Slavic soul and its Western orientation, a path now aiming toward the adoption of the euro on January 1st, 2026. Number 23. Serbia. Serbia lives in a constant geopolitical dilemma, trying to balance its European ambitions with its strong ties to Russia. Its politics are dominated by the wound of Kosovo, which it considers a province of its own, and whose unresolved status remains the main obstacle to its future. Its population of 6,567,783, excluding Kosovo, faces a severe demographic crisis, with a mass exodus threatening the nation's future. Militarily neutral, its distrust toward NATO is rooted in the trauma of the 1999 bombings. While politically, it looks both to Brussels and Moscow, economically, it has become a crucial hub for Chinese investments in Europe. Number 22. Switzerland. With 4 national languages, Switzerland is not a nation united by language or ethnicity, but by the political will to stay together. Its famous neutrality is not pacifism, but armed neutrality. In this country, almost every adult male is a reservist. The people are the true sovereign power in a direct democracy, where citizens have the final say on every law. Its population of 9,082,848, a quarter of whom are not citizens, lives in a country that has chosen to stay outside the EU while remaining deeply integrated through bilateral agreements. This stability has made it an economic powerhouse built on pharmaceutical, food, and precision machinery industries. Number 21. Belarus. Nicknamed Europe's last dictatorship, Belarus is effectively a satellite state of Russia, on which it depends economically and militarily. After the disputed 2020 elections, the regime unleashed a brutal crackdown, silencing all dissent. Its population of 9,109,280 suffers from ongoing demographic decline and deep cultural Russification. A powerful symbol of continuity with the past remains. Its security agency is still called the KGB. The country still bears the scars of Chernobyl, which contaminated a quarter of its territory. Number 20. Austria. Established in 1955, Austria's military neutrality has kept it from joining NATO. Its geographic position has turned it into a bridge between East and West, with Vienna remaining a crucial hub for international diplomacy. the nation is a welfare superpower, boasting a robust social system and one of the highest qualities of life in the world. Its population of 9,200,931 has been demographically transformed by a high percentage of foreign-born residents, a factor that has fueled heated debates about national identity and contributed to the rise of right-wing parties. Number 19. Hungary. Under the leadership of Viktor Orban, Hungary defines itself as an illiberal democracy, a model that has led to frequent clashes with the European Union over the rule of law. The country faces a severe demographic crisis, countered by strong pro-natalist policies and firm opposition to immigration. This nation pursues a two-front foreign policy. Although it is a member of both NATO and the EU, it maintains close energy and investment ties with Russia and China. Hungary, with a population of 9,539,502, also boasts a remarkable history of scientific excellence, having produced a disproportionately high number of Nobel laureates and inventors. Number 18. Azerbaijan. Geographically, it belongs to Asia, but politically and culturally it is tied to Europe, to the point of being part of the Council of Europe. Azerbaijan is a crucial energy supplier for Europe, especially through the southern gas corridor, which reduces Europe's dependence on Russia. Its military strength allowed it to achieve a decisive victory in Nagorno-Karabakh, reshaping the map of the Caucasus. Its population of 10,241,722 lives in a fiercely secular society, even though it is predominantly Shia Muslim. Its foreign policy is a complex balance between a close alliance with Turkey, a pragmatic relationship with Russia, and a surprising strategic partnership with Israel. Number 17. Greece. Greece was the epicenter of the European debt crisis, a national trauma that caused an economic collapse comparable to the Great Depression. This decline accelerated a severe demographic crisis, with a massive brain drain that drained the country's potential. Its population of 10,400,720 lives in a nation that includes 6,000 islands, of which 200 are inhabited. Yet behind these challenges lies a hidden strength. Greece controls the largest merchant fleet in the world in terms of tonnage and is an irreplaceable geostrategic pillar for NATO in the Eastern Mediterranean, in constant tension with neighbouring Turkey. Number 16. Sweden. Sweden has made a historic shift, abandoning 200 years of neutrality to join NATO and radically transforming security in the Baltic Sea. This geopolitical change mirrors a deep internal transformation, from a homogeneous nation to a multicultural experiment, with 1 in 5 residents born abroad. However, this model is now under pressure due to an aging population and the challenges of integrating a large number of immigrants, fueling an intense national debate about its future. Its population is 10,596,652. Number 15. Portugal. Once the first global empire, Portugal was for decades a nation defined by emigration. Today, the trend has reversed, with record immigration, especially from Brazil and digital nomads, changing the country's face. After the deep debt crisis, it orchestrated a remarkable recovery, with Lisbon transformed into a hub for startups and digital nomads. But this boom comes at a cost. Its population of 10,749,635 is witnessing an explosion in housing costs that is pushing residents out of historic centres. It is a nation whose modern democracy was born from the peaceful Carnation Revolution of 1974, which ended 50 years of dictatorship. Number 14. Czech Republic. Heir to a powerful industrial tradition, Czechia is one of the economic engines of Central Europe, driven by its automotive and mechanical export industries. It has pragmatically chosen to remain outside the Eurozone, keeping its own currency, the Czech koruna. This stability has allowed its population of 10,882,341 to enjoy for years the lowest unemployment rate in the entire European Union. Today, its challenge has flipped. Not unemployment, but a severe labour shortage. Number 13. Belgium. Belgium is the geopolitical heart of the continent. Brussels is the de facto capital of the European Union and the headquarters of NATO. Yet it is a divided nation, two countries in one, the prosperous Dutch-speaking Flanders in the north and French-speaking Wallonia in the south. This fracture makes it a champion of political instability, with world records for the number of days without a government. Its population of 11,825,551 faces a paradox. A weak federal state that nonetheless hosts Europe's most powerful institutions. Its enormous port of Antwerp, an economic engine, has also become the main gateway for drugs into the continent. Number 12, Netherlands. The Netherlands is a nation literally created by human hands. 1/4 of its territory lies below sea level, protected by a colossal system of dikes and polders. This ingenuity is reflected in an economic paradox. Despite being small and densely populated, it is the world's second largest agricultural exporter by value. Its population of 18,100,436 lives, mostly in the Randstad, a sprawling polycentric megalopolis that forms one of Europe's economic hearts. The country is also a global financial hub, criticised as a corporate tax haven, and The Hague serves as the legal capital of the world, hosting the International Court of Justice. Number 11. Romania. Romania is experiencing one of the most severe depopulation crises in the world, a true great exodus caused by mass emigration and endemic corruption. Yet, while its population of 19,036,031 declines, its strategic importance is booming. Its position on the Black Sea has made it an irreplaceable pillar for NATO. Within this paradox, an unexpected economic engine has emerged. Cities such as Cluj-Napoca have become a dynamic Silicon Valley of Eastern Europe, driving growth in sharp contrast with the country's challenges. Number 10. Kazakhstan. Few people know this, but Kazakhstan is a transcontinental nation. Although it is the giant of Central Asia, a portion of its territory west of the Ural River is geographically in Europe. Its strength lies underground. It is an energy and mining superpower, and above all, the world's leading producer of uranium. Its population of 20,426,568 witnesses a delicate geopolitical balancing act. While allied with Russia and a partner of China, it maintains strong ties with the West. It is a nation whose identity is changing, with the proportion of ethnic Kazakhs steadily rising as the Russian minority declines. Number 9. Ukraine. The beginning of the war triggered the largest refugee crisis since World War II, causing the country to lose over 10 million people between refugees and internally displaced persons. Its current population in the territory under government control is estimated at 32,862,000. This nation demonstrates an incredible capacity for innovation. It has a thriving tech sector that quickly mobilized, creating an IT army of volunteers fighting a cyber war against Russia. Moreover, it is an agricultural superpower, being one of the world's largest exporters of wheat, corn, and sunflower oil. Number 8. Poland. Its position between Germany and Russia has made Poland the geostrategic pivot of NATO in Europe. It is the main hub for aid to Ukraine and is transforming into a leading military power. It is also the greatest post-communist economic success story. Its population of 37,392,000 has witnessed an unprecedented demographic transformation. From a homogeneous nation, it has welcomed more Ukrainian refugees than any other country. Despite the boom, it still suffers from the effects of past mass emigration, which today causes a significant labour shortage, partially offset by Ukrainian refugees. Number 7. Spain. Spain's stability is undermined by powerful separatist movements, especially in Catalonia. The country faces a demographic paradox. While its coasts are overcrowded, the vast inland plateau is undergoing an almost irreversible depopulation. After a devastating economic crisis, its population of 49,315,949 still struggles with one of the highest youth unemployment rates in Europe. As the only EU country with land borders in Africa, its enclaves of Ceuta and Melilla are on the front line of migration pressure. It also has one of the lowest birth rates in the world. Number 6. Italy. Italy is the laboratory of the Western demographic winter. It has one of the oldest populations and one of the lowest birth rates in the world, a crisis that threatens its long-term sustainability. This is a divided nation, with a deep economic gap between a wealthy north and a struggling south that hampers its development. Its population of 58,927,633 is the driving force behind Europe's second-largest manufacturing power, a giant of Made in Italy undermined by a colossal public debt. Its true strength, defying the numbers, lies in being a cultural superpower, the nation with the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the world. Number 5. France. This is France, but this is also France, and this, and this, and this, and this, and many other territories scattered around the world. Taking these territories into account, but excluding those with special status, the French population stands at 68,706,000. It is a global power, a permanent member of the UN Security Council, and possesses an independent nuclear arsenal. Unlike its neighbours, it is a demographic anomaly. Thanks to decades of pro-family policies, it has one of the highest and most resilient birth rates in Europe, one of its greatest strategic strengths for the future. Number 4. United Kingdom. London is not just a capital city, but one of the few true global cities on the planet, a financial and multicultural hub whose economy is almost a state within the state. The legacy of the empire has transformed the United Kingdom into one of the most diverse societies in the world, to the point where, a rare phenomenon in Europe, political figures of foreign origin have reached the highest offices of the state. The population of 69,281,437 refers to the 4 constituent nations, England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, and does not include the 14 overseas territories, such as Gibraltar or the Falklands, which ensure a strategic global presence. Number 3. Germany. With the largest population and the strongest economy, Germany is the locomotive and de facto leader of the European Union. But this strength is undermined by a ticking time bomb, demographic change, with one of the oldest populations in the world. The response has been mass immigration, from the historic guest workers welcomed in the 1960s to Angela Merkel's decision to admit over 1 million refugees in 2015. Today, more than a quarter of its population of 83,491,249 has a migration background. Within the country, a ghost wall still divides the richer and more populous West from the poorer and less inhabited East. All this is managed by a federal republic in which the 16 states, the Länder, retain significant power. Number 2. Turkey. Turkey is a transcontinental nation with territory mainly in Asia, but its largest city lies across 2 continents. It controls the Bosporus and Dardanelles Straits, a crucial gateway to the Black Sea, giving it enormous geopolitical weight. It is a NATO member with the second largest army, yet it pursues autonomous policies that often cause friction with its allies. With 85.6 million inhabitants and a young population, it is emerging as a future regional power despite internal conflicts and an unstable economy. Moreover, it uses demography as a weapon. By hosting the largest refugee population in the world, it has gained, through repeated threats, enormous political leverage over the European Union. Before revealing number 1, if you found this video informative, please support our project with a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss our new videos. We remind you that on our new channel, America vs. Europe, we have a video where we rank all European countries, all US states, and all Canadian provinces and territories based on population. And if you are interested in a full ranking of European countries by military strength, write Army in the comments. Number 1. Russia. Russia is the transcontinental nation par excellence. Its territory stretches across 11 time zones to the Pacific, but its demographic and political heart lies in Europe. Although it is the most populous country on the continent, it has been experiencing a structural demographic crisis for decades, a population drain caused by high mortality and low birth rates. The war in Ukraine has dramatically accelerated this decline due to both military losses and the exodus of nearly 1 million professionals. Its official population is 146,028,325, about 75% of whom live in European Russia. However, this figure should be read with caution, as it also includes the inhabitants of annexed Ukrainian territories, such as Crimea. Its economic and geopolitical strength is also tied to its vast reserves of natural gas, oil, and coal. We remind you that if you are interested in a full ranking of European countries by military strength, write Army in the comments. And if you are interested in rankings of all European countries, we recommend this video, where we rank nations based on the purchasing power of their citizens. That's all for this video. See you next time.